Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are here standing in Barles in the Churning Mists. Not much to see for now, but we reached the first rank up with the Mogmenders. Desiree, Tarrosen has been looking for you. Kupo, there's an important matter we must discuss at once. Desiree, there you are. I must say the attitude of the Mogmenders is much improved. They have mastered the basics of masonry more quickly than I had anticipated, and remain ever eager to learn. Once the rubble has been cleared, we can begin rebuilding. Then there's our problem, however. I'm afraid we lack the numbers to remove debris on our own. I requested aid from the Moogles of Asah, but have yet to receive a response. Doubtless they are trying to avoid any kind of hard work. And so I task you, my dear Mogzin, with bringing them here. I give you leave to use whatever tricks you can conceive of to get those lingering Moogles to Barles. You want me to fool Moogles? I've never done that, Kubo. Not successfully, anyway. Do not be so quick to lose heart. You fail only because your ideas are half-formed, marked by compromise and poor planning. You must persevere in your efforts if you wish to succeed. It is as the words of my house state, by the 100th blow. For a single strike of a chisel merely scratches the stone's surface. It is only with constant effort that stones give rise to bricks, to walls, and at last, an impregnable fortress. Such is the power of will, of perseverance, of determination. Well, perseverance, determination, eh? I remember, Kupo. Yes, I craft a trick so cunning they sing songs of it throughout Mockholm. Aye, that's the spirit. You are a leader, and it's past time you took charge. Show the others that the Mogmenders are not to be trifled with. However, while I have great faith in Mogzin, he is still yet to meet his full potential, which is why I must ask you to accompany him, Desiree. Ensure he does not slip back into his old ways. Give that pom-pom of his a firm shake if you sense his will is wavering. I'm sure there'll be no need for that, Kupo. Nevertheless, I would certainly appreciate the company. Well then, shall we be off? We should begin by speaking with Mogab, the Moogle in charge over at Asah. Alright, can we help Mogzin successfully trick someone? Mockmom. To grow flowers? There he is, Kupo. He doesn't look to be up to any mischief. Perhaps there's a perfectly reasonable explanation why help hasn't arrived after all. Oh, if it isn't Master Mogzin, the adventurer I heard so much about. I seem to recall a request of some manner from the Mogmenders. Oh yes, you require extra paws to help move a rebel. That's correct, Kubo. The request was made some time ago and still not a single Moogle has arrived at Barles. We can't hope to make any progress without them. Ah yes, who could forget such an unusual name? Of course, I dispatched several Moogles the moment the missive came, but I'm afraid I may have sent them to the wrong location. Awfully hard to pronounce that name, you see. Why, I suppose they could be anywhere now, with all the provisions for a long journey. Oh, how dreadful, Kupo, all alone amongst the wild beasts, hungry and afraid. Curse my clumsy tongue. Curse it. Could you help me find them? Please, bring them something to sate their hunger, and I'm certain they'll be most willing to help. Of course, an understandable mistake. I can scarce pronounce half the names I hear. Don't worry, Magab. My companion and I will have the errant Moogles back here and safe post-haste. It wouldn't serve to go searching blindly, however. Lest we become lost ourselves. No, we must discuss our strategy beforehand. Desiree, let's confer down below. Let us Mogab know I've already fallen for this trick. Twice. Why trouble yourself to get your own food when a gullible Moogle will deliver it right to you? It would be a brilliant employ if it wasn't so overused. And now we have our chance to, what did Tarrosen say? Ah, turn the tables. If we can trick them into going to Paws, I dare say they say just as a sign to respect. Mogab and his lackeys are a clever bunch, though. How could I possibly get the better of them? If only we could use those fake coupons, but by now every Moogle in Mogholm and beyond has heard of them. And rightly so, they're truly masterpieces. Certainly not something I could ever hope to surpass. And there's no shame in that. Yes, why reach for the skies when a coupon is hanging just within reach? Besides, Asah is far from Mogholm. I wager Mogab and the others have heard nothing of your fake coupons. Well then, I believe the matter settled. Remember Tarrosen's words, Mogzin. Tarrosen's words. You're right, I must make my own trick. I almost did it again, didn't I? Well, not this time. This time I'll be the one laughing. This time Mogab will be the one too embarrassed to show his face at the harvest fete. Thank you, Desiree. Tarrosen was right to have you accompany me. If you were not here, I would have given up before I remembered a special something that just might serve as a perfect tool for our trick. A very special something. I haven't got any myself, though. Although, certainly not in the quantity required. But there's one Moogle who might. Desiree, come with me to Mogholm so we can seek out the counsel of the alchemist Moggan. Yes, it's all falling into place, Kupo. Alright. Let's see what help he needs from Moggan. Desiree, my apologies, I had to pick something up from Paws on the way. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long, Kupo. The mighty adventurer graces us with her presence again, Kupo. Oh, and greetings to you as well, Mogzin. What brings you all the way from Paws? Mogab is up to his old tricks, but I mean to take the upper paw this time, Kupo. For that I require your most potent medicine. Most potent? Oh, and on a completely unrelated note, I brought you a gift. Well, I certainly can't just give you Kupo nuts, and larger than any I've ever seen, even more so than those of Chieftain Moglin's secret reserve. You've always been a stout supporter of the Mogmenders. I just thought I should express my gratitude. Of course, I understand, Kupo. I wouldn't dare decline a gift from you, Mogzin. It is only a gift, yes? But Moggan, you wound me. I would never intend for it to be anything else. Kupo, lifting stones is dangerous work and it would be dreadful if anyone was injured, especially so far from home. You shall have your Mogzin. Practice caution, however. Use too much and you may do more harm than good. I promise to be responsible, Kupo. Desiree, I believe we are finished here. I'll meet you back at Asah after I finish some final preparations. I'll try not to be late this time. Finally here. Mogab looks so smug, doesn't he? I can't tell. How was the search? I've looked up and down under every rock and behind every bush and can find no sign of the poor Moogles. Oh, this search has made me terribly thirsty, by the way. Now I know how the others must feel. It's tearing me apart, Kupo. Mogab, enough. I surrender. I must tell you, every trick is more impressive than the last. This one was so impressive, in fact, that I brought a bounty of Kupo nut milk to give to everyone. Mogzin's been outsmarted again, Kupo. You really must stop making it so easy. There's no sport in it anymore. However, we gladly accept these libations as just reward for our ingenuity. Time to call the others. Did you see Kupo? Mogab is none the wiser. He thinks that's just regular Kupo nut milk. But we know better. I can scarce believe that I, Mogzin, am finally about to trick Moogles. Come, Desiree. Mogab will soon get his just desserts. Desiree, quickly. Mokka and the others are just about to partake of my special milk. Mogzin's been tricked again, and not for the last time. In his humbleness, he has awarded our surpassing cleverness with a bounty of coconut milk. Drink deep, my friends, and bask in glory. Oh, there's nothing like a nip of milk after... what is... Papa? Impossible. Mogzin, he couldn't have... What's in the milk, you ask? A few pinches of the crushed cloud mallow seeds. In large enough quantities, they put moogles into a deep sleep. Once they're dozing soundly, I need only whisper in their ears to complete my plan. Look that way and bear witness to a mogmender's guile. A working Moogle is a happy Moogle. Kupo. A working Moogle is a happy Moogle. Kupo. From sun up till sundown, you'll work up a sweat with nary a frown. From sun up till sundown, you'll work up a sweat with nary a frown. What ho, friends, isn't it a perfect day for backbreaking labor? Who needs rest? Not I, Kubo. Who wants to sweat? Me. Victory, Kubo. I don't mug up the dead try to trick me again after this. And now to reap the rewards. Let's return to Barles and see what Moogle's hard at work can accomplish. Yes, that just happened. So, let's see what a bunch of drunk Moogles can do. It's terrible. We never get the rubble cleared, Kupo. Not much, apparently. Mokka and the others began working eagerly at first, but they collapsed after carrying only one rock between them. I know they aren't used to hard work, but this beggars belief. Perhaps all is not lost, however. When a Moogle is in such a sorry state, the only cure I know is more cloud mallow. I believe you can help with that, Desiree. Mount a mallow and sprinkle some puffs on these Moogles, and their pumps should perk right up. Just ask the Moogle guarding it to right. I'll be looking to the skies. Perhaps a few errant puffs will blow my way, Kupo. Whatever you two have gotten up to, it appears to have had quite the effect. The Moogles marched right into the plaza and set to work rather vigorously. But are they resting already? Okay, movie Moogle. Say no more. I know exactly why you're here. Just shake your rump a bit and rain mallow puffs on the poor Moogles. They'll be back in tip-top shape. Hop on. I'm sure the mallow can support your weight. And it can, in fact. Yes. I'm riding a dandelion. seem to recall being tired? Impossible. Inconceivable. Why, I dare say I could clear the rubble myself. A working Moogle is a happy Moogle, Kupo. The Mallow Puffs seem to do it, Kupo. They keep up this pace when the rubble should be cleared in no time. And what's more, now that I've hoodwinked the Moogle, I'm sure to earn some respect around here. I am the master of the mogmenders after all. Tarrosen, Desiree, if not for your support, I would have given up long ago. To see my efforts succeed at last. I've never felt the sense of accomplishment before. You have my thanks. Brilliant, my dear Mogzin. Remember my words, and your conviction shall show through in the quality of your craftsmanship. I will. I most certainly will, Tarrosen. Your words will guide me in both my work and my studies. Knocked out again. Thanks to your efforts, the rubble has been cleared from Barlays. Continue assisting the mogmenders to see repair of the plaza completed. Reputation up. Your reputation has increased to recognized. New Moogle Beast quests are now available from Mogek the Marvelous. Also 3 additional quests for today. And more wares from Mogmoon Mogbelly. Kupo for Couponuts. As the most brilliant Moogle of the Mogmenders, I took it upon myself to devise a plan to recruit more helping Paws. All I need now is a certain charismatic character to put my plan in action. That would be you, Kupo. We Moogles are all play and no work when time allows for it, but none can resist the allure of Couponuts even if it means arduous work. And that is how I will rally the Moogles to help with construction. Mogmo was hesitant though, concerning those already working would lose their share. Being the magnificent Moogle that I am, however, I amassed an ample supply without dipping into their stock. Now what I want you to do is travel to Mogholm and see who would be willing to help us for a sizable sum of Couponuts. The mere mention of the words should be more than enough to motivate them, Kupo. Work with Mallow. Tell me, Desiree, have you ever heard of sparkling mallows? At the very least, I'm sure you've seen them, twinkling balls of fluff dotting the landscape here and there. We plan to use them to spruce up the monument grounds, Kupo. I sent someone to gather a few, but alas, they've yet to return. You would think picking a few plants would be an easy task. I'm sure it's nothing serious, but I would be remiss not to be certain, which is why I need you to travel to some Isle and see if anything is wrong. A little pick-me-up. The Mogmenders have been working tirelessly toward the restoration of Zenith. So much so, in fact, that I fear they may have inadvertently worked themselves to exhaustion. Which is why I'd like you to help them using one of our cloud mallows, Kupo. But their fluffiness pales in comparison to the fabulous soft fur of yours truly, their ability to relieve fatigue is unsurpassed. All you have to do is give it a good shake to sprinkle a few mallow puffs on anyone nearby. They'll soon be reinvigorated and ready to continue working. You're likely to find them lazing about not far from here at Zenith and up north at the Rookery. Speak with a Moogle just over there to borrow one, then ride the breeze until you find them. Moogle told me it'd be coming. You're sure to have a comfortable trip. Just be careful though. Some find them to be too comfortable. Myself have fallen asleep riding them more times than I care to admit, Kupo. Alright. I feel my strength returning. Hey ho, I've got a second wind. No time for complaints, you two. That monument won't build itself, Kupo. Moogles rush off with renewed vigor, clamoring about the joys of working. And over there. No. Where are you? No. There. Oh, so soft, fuzzy. I'm feeling fresh and fired up, Kupo. Let's get back to work, boys. My palm is full to bursting with energy. I don't want to let it go to waste. So bored. If only I had something to do. Say. Free Kupo. Nuts. For labor. Nuts, you say? All I can eat if I help the mogmenders. I'll do it, Kupo. Kupo nuts for free? My fluffy palm will have to wait, Kupo. Up. So hungry. What I wouldn't do for even a handful of Kupo nuts. Work brings free Kupo nuts. Free Kupo nuts for helping the mogmenders. Who could say no to that? Look at the sky. To think we're just tiny fluffy specks in the great expanse of it all. Really makes you think, doesn't it? Oh, free Kupo nuts. Well, I certainly don't need to think about that, Kupo. Which way to the mogmenders? Hey, you're that crafting adventurer, right? Thank goodness you're here. I can't finish harvesting these sparkling mallows now that my hatchet's ruined, Kupo. I worked really hard and I hate to upset the mogmenders back home. Do you think you could help fix it? The head of the hatch is bent somehow, making it possible to cut down the mallows. A master craftsman like you should have a problem making a new one. Thankfully, I have spare materials for repairs right here. And you've crafted what you need. Take it to the Moogle floating just over there and he'll make my tools as good as new, Kupo. Gathering tools? Hello there. Before you say anything, I know why you're here. You broke another hatchet, didn't you? Let's have a look then. Oh, you made new parts to fix it. That's awfully kind of you. I'll have him back to work in no time. If work asks, tell him that work is proceeding as planned. Okay, back to Barles. It's not all that recognizable now, but I remember, because I've done this before with another character, that Barles becomes really obvious when you approach it from afar later on. Because the mogmenders actually do good work. When we can get them to work with us. Mogag. We'll see, my plan was a success. Now the mogmenders can labor with a strength of 100 moogles each, Cooper. From dawn till dusk, and perhaps till dawn again. They'll sing the praises of a hard day's work. We should be back on schedule in no time at all. Cooper for Pukunas. Yet that worked. Luke has been flying from every which way asking for work. I've never seen them so eager. But you and I both know they're really just here for my nuts, Cooper. You wish to know how I procured enough for all the volunteers? Why, I borrowed them from Chieftain Moglin's secret reserves, of course. So secret, in fact, that he's all but forgotten they exist. Even if he should remember, I'm certain he would agree our work in Zenith is a suitable use for them. At least I hope so. Welcome back. So his tool was broken. Trouble, as I suspected. You must have misheard me, my dear friend. I didn't say I'm sure it was nothing serious. I said I'm sure it's something serious. Why else would I send you to help them, Kubo? Alright. So, that was the second rank of the Mogmenders. And the end of this episode. Until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV. Possibly we work further on Barles. Yeah. I am Ace, and don't get lost.